Hello, wet shavers. I hope all of you are having a fantastic weekend. As a lot of you know, I received early the 316 by Edwin Jagger for some feedback and for review. I absolutely love this razor. I can't wait to get into the specific performance of this razor and its comparison with other similar razors here on the marketplace that all of us talk about. But before we do that, let's go ahead and head on out. Let's do a shave with this razor. I'll discuss a few things during that moment as well, and then we're going to cover a few points after the shave. So definitely let's go in there. I want you guys to see this bad boy in action. Alright, so now we are in the bathroom. We have the 316. We have our shaving gear. We are good to go. Now for the shaving gear today, I am using Sterling Soap Company's Pharaoh's Dreamsicle. Now for those of you that are in the know, you know that one of the reasons why I originally purchased this is I heard it was a close resemblance to Tangerine Creeper by THB. It does smell very similar. Of course, there's no of that colada, that menthol kind of take, though you can get a glacial form of this from Sterling Soap Company or have menthol added, but it is just a great soap all into its own, and I definitely wanted to use that today. I'm also using the matching aftershave splash and an EDT for the topper, but of course for the brush, I actually ordered another Sterling Soap Company Fan Knot Badger brush. Now, you guys know that the previous one that I did have, I gave to my father for Christmas. I have missed that brush like crazy, so I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and finally pick up the soap and the aftershave of Pharaoh's Dreamsicle, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pick up another fan knot. Love this brush. I actually like this brush better than some of the other fan knots that I own. It's just so smooth, and I feel like it's one of the best bang for your bucks in the wet shaving industry, really. And the thing with this brush is the price is highly competitive, and that's what you see with all of Sterling Soap Company's products. They're highly competitive, very well priced, and very good performance. As you can see with this soap, it's face lathering, no problem whatsoever. I love any chance that I can get on utilizing their soaps, their products. Sandpiper is one of my favorites. It's one of my girlfriend's favorites. Every time I put it on, she knows exactly what it is, and she loves it. It was one of the first that I fell in love with when I got into wet shaving. But for the 316, I wanted to go ahead and just do a quick review so that way you guys can get my impressions of the razor and how it shaves daily. Now, I've used this about 5 to 6 times at this point, so I've got a pretty good understanding on how it shaves, how it works with different blades, with different soaps, with great performing soaps and not so good performing soaps. And what I have seen is that the 316 is consistent. Now, that's a key word for me. My job, part of my actual profession, is I'm in quality assurance. So consistency for me is key. Consistency in the customer service experience, consistency on the delivery of what we do, the services that we offer, and the work that we put out. And that is what I am seeing with the 316. It is very consistent. Whether you have a feather blade in there, or my preferred favorite, the Astra Superior Platinum or Gillette Silver Blue, you are going to get a great performing razor no matter what. It's consistently efficient and consistently smooth. Those are big for me. I don't want to sacrifice comfortability for efficiency, which is often what you see in the wet shaving community. You often see so many that will take a highly aggressive razor just because they need something that's really efficient at cutting away that stubble, and they'll just deal with the aggression of it. They'll deal with an uncomfortable shave because that provides them the best overall finished product. And I totally get that. If you don't have something that's particularly comfortable, you usually compensate with something that has a great post-shave feel, whether that's a soap or aftershave. And you could totally do that here. But I feel like if there is no need to do that, if you just have a great razor and you just have a great lineup in general, you're going to have a wonderful experience from beginning to end. And I think that's what all wet shaving is really about. It's about the experience. I know for me, wet shaving is one of the things that I look forward to most during my day. It's one of the reasons why I shave twice a day. One, my hair grows incredibly fast, so I have that capability. But two, it's a moment for me to relax. A moment for me to take a minute to myself and just enjoy the scents, enjoy the feel. To me, it's the equivalent of getting a very nice massage. It is just a very relaxing, therapeutic experience, and if you have premium products, you're going to get that premium feel. and that's what you get with the 316. The balance of the 316 is fantastic. It's got, for this particular razor, it has an anodized aluminum handle with, of course, the stainless steel head. Now, they do offer in their full lineup a wide variety of options. You can get a knurled stainless steel handle, you can get anodized black, blue, red, silver, graphite. There are so many options to choose from in this, and what I've found is it works pretty much with every handle that I own that's for a DE blade. So if you have a DE handle that you absolutely love, you can probably pair it with this razor head. I have yet to find a single one that did not work with it. So that's also very nice to see. But really, with the 316, what I love is the anodized blue aluminum handle. It's got fluting, but for some reason, for me, my experience with fluting has been it's just not the best in regards to gripability. But I have yet to have an issue where this even started to remotely slip out of my fingers, or I had to adjust my grip to hold onto the razor, which is huge. I really feel like Edwin Jagger hit it out of the park with this razor right out from the get-go. And this is their first stainless steel offering. Now, the head design is different than the DE89. So if you're looking for a DE89 that is just stainless steel, this isn't that razor. This is better than the DE89. It's more efficient, it's more comfortable, and honestly, it's slimmer. The profile of the head is so slim, this razor is incredibly nimble. Now, you can see for someone like me that does like facial hair, I like a little stubble on the side cheeks, and I like a little bit of a beard, like a little bit of a goatee. And it is great for keeping some nice sharp lines on my cheeks and a nice defined line on my neck. That's what I like. And it can be difficult when you choose or you're looking at bigger razors to really provide you something that's close to that experience. And the 316 really delivers. It's just such a nimble razor. It feels so good. It feels incredibly balanced in your hand. And no matter what blade pairing that you're going to use with this, at least from what I've seen so far with the GSBs, the Astras, the Feather that came with it, you're going to get a smooth experience. There is next to no blade feel with this razor, which is incredible. For those of us that don't like a good amount of blade exposure on a razor, this is definitely for you. What I related it to in my impression on Instagram was if you took a slant, you took the efficiency of a slant, and you took the comfort of the Mercure 34C, you have the 316. It's just, it blows my mind how comfortable it was. And just so you know, I didn't like all the products that Edwin Jagger sent to me, so I'm not just sitting here praising it because it was sent to me. They also sent me their shaving cream, their pre-shave, and their balm, none of which I particularly cared for. And in my impressions video on that, I even mentioned that I would not buy these. That's just not my cup of tea. Might work for some people, did not work for me, and that was actually I utilized that as my lower performing soap base comparison, because originally I was going to use Razor Rock Marco Polo, which is for me one of my worst performing soaps, but because of the performance of these, I just opted to go ahead and go with that as my measure of performance on how the razor does when you're dealing with a lower performer, something that doesn't have a particular good amount of glide, residual slickness, things that you want, especially for those of you that are like me, where I do go back over spots and I blade buff. This really does provide what I would feel is a premium experience, and for the MSRP of this razor, which is $119, regardless of which handle you choose, the MSRP is $119, and this is straight from Edwin Jagger USA, straight from my contact there. So no matter what, guys, you're getting a premium feel, you're getting a premium experience. People are going to be using this in the same breath that they talk about the Christopher Bradley, that they talk about Timeless, that they talk about the charcoal razors. This is a premium product for a very, very competitive price in stainless steel. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular portion of the video, and we're going to be getting into my final impressions and review here in just a few minutes. Alright guys, we are back. I hope you guys did enjoy the shave with the 316. Here it is in all of its beautiful glory. One of my favorite things that I love about the 316, specifically with the anodized handle, is just how the light bounces off of that handle. I mean, just look at the color, the changes in the blue hue. I love it. And it looks great. So if you guys are big fans of Shave of the Day posts, whether you're on the pages, you're on Reddit, you're on a couple of the other forums and stuff like that, maybe you're on Instagram, and you just like to take a picture of your setup, man, does this make for some beautiful photos. And I'll go ahead and post some of those right now. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed some of those photos. This was just some of the photos that I've taken of my setup over the past few days. Really, really enjoyed using this razor. I'm looking forward to using this for the foreseeable future. Honestly, how I feel this razor is going to be received by the community is I feel like this is going to be a razor that will replace a lot of your modern production razors. I feel like for anyone that uses this, especially someone that's just getting into the community or someone that's just getting started, I feel like someone might refer them to the DE89 and then say, if you're ready for the next step, if you're ready to spend a little bit more money, go with the 316. And like I said, guys, I mean, this will fit. So currently I have a Razor Rock handle with a Mercure 42C head on it. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. But honestly, guys, if you have a handle that you like and you just don't really care for this handle, or you just want to switch it up, for a lot of us, that's one of the reasons why we have as much product as we do. We like variety. Well, then you can throw on your favorite handle and use it like that. And I actually think that looks pretty good too. That contrast, that looks really good, and I get a lot of control and I get a lot of balance with this. It's not quite the same balance point, of course, as the anodized handle. The balance point on this particular handle is right about here. As you guys have seen, I think on my unboxing video, I showcased the balance. On Instagram when I did my live, I showcased the balance of the razor head as well. It's just a wonderful razor all around, and I wish I could come up with something to complain about. I wish I could say, well, there is this one thing that I didn't care for it, but there was nothing. I mean, from beginning to end, fit and finish, this is wonderful. It looks like it was a bead blasted finish that was polished, so it is very nice. I could not find machining marks anywhere on this razor. On the head, on the base plate, didn't find any issues with the handle. And again, guys, if you're not a big fan of anodized aluminum, for the exact same price as you would get for this particular razor combination, the handle and head, you can pick up the knurled stainless steel handle, or it'll work, again, like I said, with any of the other handles that you might have lying around. I paired it with the Colonel Conk Major handle, worked perfectly with that. And this is a very nice knurled handle. This feels great in hand. So it just kind of depends. If you've got preferences, it'll work with it. It will be out in the next few weeks. So when I did reach out to Edwin Jagger, they did assure me that this is going to be released in the coming weeks, and it does look like West Coast Shaving has already received one of these for testing. And so I imagine, as West Coast Shaving often does, they are going to be one of the first to receive this particular product. So I would definitely keep an eye on their Instagram, as they've been posting a few things. I think they're going to be posting a review and their impressions of the razor as well. But like I said, after about 5 to 6 shaves with this, you get a good idea as to how this is going to be shaving for the foreseeable future. I've used Astras in this. I used the included feathers with this. And again, the package that you're going to be receiving here is going to look like this. This is what I received. I received this, a few of their software products, and this pamphlet which had all the information for some of the razors in here. And then of course when you open it, this is what you get. The razor sitting in here. You've got some feather blades, you've got the head, you got the handle over here. It's just a nice little package. Just kind of cool. And they definitely didn't skimp out on the packaging on this, because oftentimes, even with new razors and just any new products that you see from big companies or artisans, sometimes the packaging is a little lacking. They went all out on the 316. And I just think it's so cool they're making a stainless steel offering. honestly, so many of us in the community, that's been one of our biggest complaints. We would love to see something like the Merkur 34C in stainless. We would love to see other razors from big companies in stainless, but people are just hesitant to do it because zinc alloy is so much cheaper to do and to cast. But they didn't skimp out here, guys. They didn't skimp out at all. The guard bar is very nice. As I've mentioned before, you can see that the head is a little bit more unconventional, which I think is what lends to how comfortable it is. I get excellent shaves out of my Colonel Conch, but I would say that the head on this one is much more of what you would see average within the community, what you're seeing produced out there by others. And you can see the differences on the head where you've got the kind of slant that goes up, which is what you see on the 42C, which is, again, right here. You see that on pretty much every razor nowadays. This is different. It reminds me a lot more, I might actually have one up here, of the Gillette New. So it kind of reminds me of that a little bit, with just how the head overhangs on the base plate, how things are laid out, the way that there's the slope over here. It does not shave like the New. So the New is okay. I've had some decent shaves out of this particular one. I actually have two News, and the other one shaves significantly better. It comes with all the original stuff with it. That's a different handle. But this shaves unlike anything else that I have. Honestly, the only other razor that shaves close to the performance of this for me was the Merkur 34C and the PAA Prismatic. I love that razor. It's a modern take on, I think, on a Laresh number 77. Wonderful razor, and really cheap. But honestly, this is in a realm of its own. It looks premium, it shaves premium. The MSRP reflects a premium product, but I don't feel it's out of reach for most. It's not like the Toggle razor, the new production Toggle that we're seeing that's $500, $650 MSRP after the Kickstarter. Ridiculous. I won't pay prices for something like that. I paid some decent chunk of change for vintage razors, and I'm never going to be getting rid of any of those vintage razors, the ones that I really love, but this will replace a lot of my newer production razors, just because it is incredible. It's super smooth, it feels great on your face, it's very nimble, so it's very easy to make very nice, well-defined lines and to get exactly where you want it to without being uncomfortable. Right underneath the nose, I imagine this would be perfect for that, because the head profile is so slim. It's such a slim profile, and even the width of the handle is nice and slim. But I feel like the same people that are talking and showcasing the Christopher Bradley by Carve Shaving Company, which this is an excellent razor. Beautiful patina. I mean, look at the patina on this razor. It's just gorgeous. This is another one I feel like you should own in your shaved in, and this is another one that's an engineering marvel. It's a beautiful piece of machining. But the same people that talk about these razors are going to be talking about this one after they've used it. So you're going to be seeing these pop up everywhere when they're released. People are going to be posting dozens of pictures with these because they look beautiful in pictures and they feel great. This is a product you can be proud of. I have had razors and things in the past that I just did not care for. I moved along as fast as I could just because I was never going to use them. They just didn't feel comfortable to me, and they're not something that I was particularly proud of owning and showcasing. This is one you're going to see people showcasing a lot of. But anyways, guys, I hope you really enjoyed that review. You know I wouldn't be doing these reviews if it wasn't for your continued support and encouragement in the hobby. It's one of the reasons why I love this hobby. It's an incredibly positive environment and community, one that supports one another, and we're so quick to jump and assist and to help other people. I absolutely love that aspect of this hobby, and I wouldn't be where I am if a lot of you hadn't supported me and helped me out in times where, I've wanted to test this or that. You've sent me product, you've let me test stuff from certain artisans that I've become real big fans of. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for stopping in and listening to this review. Please let me know if there's anything else you would like to see from the channel. If you'd like to see other content, be happy to oblige. But thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Let me know if you have any additional questions or concerns for the 316.